Hi guys, it's Rich with Pit Lane Sim Racing. How are you doing? Automobilista 2 have recently released their 1.3.8.1 update, and I thought we would have a look at the patch notes. But first of all, let me just thank our patrons over at patreon.com/pitlanes for helping to support the channel. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because then whenever I post a video or anything like that, if you've hit that little bell button, then you will get a little notification and you'll be able to come along and watch the video straight away. So thanks a lot to our patrons. Now let's have a look at the patch notes. There's lots and lots to go through here, as usual with these patch notes, because they're always amazing, right? We've got some general fixes, but first of all, we've got added Argentina pack. They've added 6 layouts of the Buenos Aires track, 3 layouts of the Cordoba track, and Termas Rio Rondo circuit as well. There's going to be content about these circuits coming up on the channel very, very soon. They've also got some general fixes here where they fix the pit limiter, state not resetting to the garage, some controller sorting out there with phantom profiles, extended FFB fade after pause. And this one here I was interested in actually just here. Revised various terrain material properties, fixing long-standing issue with slippery astroturf and minor inconsistencies with various curb and concrete types. Now, I wasn't sure whether this was like a physical issue where literal slippery astroturf, or whether they're referencing like a texture and how it looks. Maybe you can let me know down in the comments, guys. But I wasn't sure whether it was like a texture issue or an actual physical material issue. And adjusted AI suspension rate multipliers, also used in multiplayer code, for GTE cars to minimize vibrations from opponents in multiplayer. I'm not entirely sure about that. Again, maybe you can let me know down in comments. It's not something that's jumped out at me as an issue. Now, physics, MPRS message position is now adjustable in HUD editor. But physics, we always love the physics ones, right? So, fully revised physics for Group A, BMW M1 Pro Car, Sprint Race, Retro Gen 3, Metal Moro MRX, all models, Rocco 001, MCR Sports 2000, Opala 1986, Amiga 99, Copper Classic B and FL, Mini JCW UK, awesome, Academy Caterham, F3, F-Trainer both models, and Formula V. Fully revised physics for all of those, and I'm not going to lie, some of those cars are some of my favourites on the sim, so I am itching to get involved in that. The M1 Pro Car, the Caterham Academy, and the Mini I'm particularly interested in, and the Formula V as well. That's an interesting vehicle. Really want to get my hands on that and give it a go. Minor tyre tread adjustments on the Porsche Cup, Formula Classic all, Formula USA all, GT1, GTE, GT3, GT4, GT5, P1, Cadillac DPI, Stock Car 2019, Stock Car 2020 to 2022, Super V8, BMW Pro Car M1, Group A, Group C, Vintage Touring Cars, Formula Vintage, Formula Trainers, F3, V12, Formula USA, Copper Truck, Street Cars. I think that's messed up a little bit there, but anyway. Tread adjustments, I mean, it's maybe only a minor adjustment, but that's a lot of vehicles involved, right? A lot of vehicles, and it's always great to see that, not just one car here and there. Revised tread, Carcass heat, conductivity, and ideal temperature ranges. So, in case people aren't aware, which I'm sure if you're watching this you are, you have the tread, so like the outside of the tyre, and then the carcass, the main body of the tyre. And I guess that means the heat conductivity between those two layers, if you like, and ideal temperature ranges. So that's interesting, improving the tyre model clearly with those tyre tread adjustments as well. Revised clutch LSD model for Porsche Cup, GT Classic, Group A, M1 Pro Car, Formula Retro Gen 3 and Sprint Race, F3s from the Reitzer, and updated their respective default differential setup. So again, clutch and diff model, it's just effects how you drive. Like for me, the diff is really, it really matters how it works on corner entry for me, the diffs. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see. Improved ABS system logic for all cars that feature the device. Updated pit limiter logic to help prevent overshoot when leaving the garage. General force feedback. Added new low pass filter to be used in force feedback scripts. FFB max force adjustments for Formula V10 Gen 2, Porsche Cup Group A, Pro Car, Sprint Race, Amiga Stock, Opala 1986, BMW M4 GT4, Ginetta G55, Ginetta G40, Gol Passat, F309, Sigma, P1, Metal Moro MRX, Rocco Corvette C8R, Formula V, Caterhams, Formula Trainer, Formula Ultra Gen 2, Formula USA all models, Porsche 926C and the Mini. These patch notes from Automobilista 2 are just next level. Like, how, compared to, honestly, most other sort of sims, they just seem to do so much work. It's crazy. It really is crazy how much they seem to get in each of their patches. Porsche Cup both models, minor adjustments to centre of gravity, height and weight distribution. Adjusted front splitter and rear wing for more overall centre of pressure forward. To move overall centre of pressure forward and other minor aero adjustments. Slightly soften the default front roll bar. Slightly increased brake torque. So the Porsche Cups had some improvements. The stock cars, both models. Tyre dimensions have been adjusted as per real Pirelli Cinturato model introduced during the 2020 season, so now they've got correct tyres. Super V8, minor adjustments to front and rear track width to improve stability, slightly adjusted force feedback parameters, reduced default steering lock. Metal Moro AJR, adjusted diffuser, centre of pressure slightly forward. Group C, minor adjustment to diffuser, centre of pressure, front and front splitter, height sensitivity, and both cars. This list is insane. From the USA, all gens, minor adjustment on front wing, height, sensitivity and Venturi centre of pressure. Formula Classic, all generations, minor adjustments to front wing height sensitivity. From the V10, minor diffuser and front wing adjustments. From the V10 Gen 2, minor adjustment to diffuser and centre of pressure, minor FFB adjustment. It seems like they've got a lot of aero changes. They've obviously had like a pass, of aero accuracy or something, From the Retro Gen 3, adjusted diffuser centre of pressure, decreased heating and increased cooling, slightly slower oil to water heat exchange from the Retro G3 TE. From the Ultimate both gens, minor rear wing lift/drag efficiency adjustment, increased brake disc thickness and reduced wear rate. Interesting. Formula Ultimate Gen 2, adjusted force feedback max force, moved under tray centre of pressure slightly rearwards. Corvette, adjusted engine torque curve, revised and added thermostatic engine cooling to Lotus 23 and Mini 65. I'm not even going to pretend I know what thermostatic engine cooling is. Like, please make a comment. If you've watched this far, make a comment. What is thermostatic engine cooling? Because I have no idea. From the Retro Gen 1, fixed tyre linking to incorrect Carcass model. Well, that is kind of important. Caterham, minor adjustments to body aero, more drag, less propensity to lift. Reduced brake heating rate for all models, increased brake duct cooling for 620R. BMW M4, minor aero adjustments, aero and engine adjustments for performance balancing, more to come. Force feedback, max adjustment, force adjustment, adjusted brake torque, minor rear roll bar rate adjustment, reduced default steering lock. GT1, disabled tyre warmers as per real regulations of the era, revised turbo model for Porsche 911 GT1, that's cool. And Ginetta G55, both models decreased slightly rear wing efficiency. So there is a lot of tyre physics, a lot of just physics revised, and lots of aero revisions going on. Basically, that is the too long didn't read of that. Just tons of everything there going on. AI, fixed AI not repairing damage. That's very important. Or changing tyres when refueling. Fixed AI program mistakes that weren't triggered when they should come in some cases, and vice versa. Fix some cases where AI would incorrectly estimate starting fuel. That's good. Or required fuel at pit stop. That's good. I've fallen victim to that. Added shared engine lifetime simulation for player and AI vehicles. AI performance calibration pass for all classes with revised physics. That's brilliant. That's brilliant to see. That's brilliant to see. Revised AI personality parameters, adding more distinct characteristics for series with custom AI drivers. Adjusted AI overtaking parameters for all cars. Less hesitation to overtake, less prone to aggressive twitches. I mean, that's great. Again, I'm an AI racer. I race AI a lot, so any AI improvement is very welcome to me. AI cars now start with 25% of fuel in tank in practice sessions like the default player setup rather than qualifying loads as before. Fantastic. Further calibration to AI wet performance when on slicks. Added custom AI driver names to Formula Vintage, both gens, Formula Retro, but all gens, Formula Classic, all gens, M1 Pro Car, Group C, Group A, GT1, GTE, GT3, P1, P2, P3, P4, and DPI classes. Adjusted AI performance for Bathurst, Brands Hatch, Hockenheim, Laguna Seca, Monza, Montreal, Adelaide, both version, Kansai, both all layouts, Nordschleife, both layouts, Silverstone 91, 2001, and Spa. So that's interesting. I wonder if maybe they've just balanced it per the percentage of difficulty and things like that. Getting to the end now. Audio, adjusted onboard sounds not to overload output compressor, potentially leading to minor distortion. Revised wall reflections, DSP, and improved low pass filter. Fixed inaccuracy with audio wall reflections distance calculations. Now reflections are audible. Okay. Increased high pass cutoff. I mean, I'm not going to pretend, and I understand what wall reflections are, but increased high pass cutoff frequency on. I don't know what that means. I'm not an audio engineer type person. Vehicles: BMW E30 Group A, Mercedes 190E Evo 2. Added dangling parts. We saw this for the Caterans recently. Same for the McLaren F1 GTR. Opala all models. Added broken lights, textures. Same for the Uno, both models. Sprint race, added damage models. Stock car, fixed damage on some parts and LODs. Cadillac has 5 new liveries. From the Classic all gens have had all their liveries revised. Same with the Minis. Mercedes E190E, fixed windscreen dirt build-up rate. I mean, that is a staggering list of updates in that patch, isn't it? It's unreal. What do you think to that update, guys? What do you think to that update? It's absolutely crazy, I think. We always get such a treat when we get the Automobilista 2 update patch notes. They're always awesome, full of nerdy stuff, and just really welcome stuff to the community. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the stream, on the video, and also make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.